Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. We're on episode 4 of Let's Play Endless Space. Alright, I'm going to turn off Auto Explore for a second because I want to kind of control his path. Now, we're playing, I can't remember if it was actually, I don't think it was Spiral, I think it was just like a big galaxy. So I'd kind of like to know what's closer to our actual territory. I'm going to send him this way. He almost made it in one shot. Alright, we've finished the public-private partnerships on that planet. Now they're working on the planetary exploitation for this planet. Growing very quickly. Colony ship is still going to take a few more turns. This one's now working on the industrial zones planetary exploitation. Look at how low that food production is. Minus 0.5 from Disharmony. I wonder what that means. Is that just because of the expansion, or is it some factor that I have somewhere? We've got 8 more turns of increased speed. I'd really like to meet another faction so that I can trade that excess titanium for something else that would be more useful to me. Oh, that reminds me. Since I have that, I do want to upgrade my defender ship. I'm gonna actually let's just remove this ship and build a brand new one. We're gonna add a new ship. We're gonna use the Cutter ship class since this is a multiple role, and let's just call this one. I'm really original, so we'll copy the computer and we'll call it the Defender. But I want to build it so you can kind of see how that planning works. So we've got weapon and defense, support, and then special modules. This ship does have space for a specialization module, but we don't have any of this stuff. We don't have the ability to make this power module, which would increase the amount of damage it does. We do have titanium 70, so we can make armor very inexpensively. So let's go ahead and add some armor. That'll give it a lot of extra life. It takes the health up from a base of 450. Say we put 10 tons of armor, now we're up to 650. I'm not going to worry about an engine very much because this is going to be a defensive ship. It's just going to I'm going to build it and it's going to be there for safety. Not going to worry about repair modules. So let's maybe tack on even a little bit more armor. And for weapons, let's go with the missiles because we've got that technology. And then flak is used to shoot down enemy missiles. Chaff can be created that not only confuses targeting systems but also forms a lethal screen. So that there, the 7 is the weight, that is the military power, and that is how many we have so far. Let's make them long range, I guess. This version of unstable missiles is optimized for targeting and effectiveness at long range, where missiles are most effective. This version is optimized for medium, though they're the least effective. So obviously we want our missiles to be long range. Yeah. So let's add on a few missiles. They weigh 7 tons apiece, so let's go with 5 of them, so it's a nice even number. Or not even, it's an odd number, but we'll go with 5 units of missiles. That adds quite a bit of attack power. And let's give them some defense as well. This costs 11, which is a kind of annoying number, but we could fit 4 bits of flak. But then again, I don't want to just have just missile defense. I also want some laser or kinetic defense as well. So let's go with 2, just 1 of those, and then since this requires titanium, we'll build 3 of those. Now we're almost capped out on the size, and because we're using mostly titanium 70 based stuff, this ship shouldn't cost very much to make. And so yeah, I'm pretty good with that. We'll just say create. Not gonna actually build any of them yet, but maybe soon. I feel like we're kind of alone in the universe at this point, so there's really no risk in continuing to expand as quickly as possible. Can I eke any more population growth out? Okay, we've got the extraplanetary exploitation over here on Rassam. Now it's starting to work on a colony ship, which maybe I don't want. I'm not really sure. Because if this completely prevents population growth, then all that food is being wasted. So actually, let's not build one. Because this planet's not capped out yet. Let's instead... We can't build any more things, and even just building a ship would prevent population growth. So instead, let's just take all excess of that and... let's see. If I had more population, we'd be getting even more food. So I guess we'll go with science. It'll still grow pretty quickly. Yeah, definitely science. Alright, so that kind of covers that planet. Industry into science conversion. We are building one colony ship there. This one's almost done with its industrial zones, which is the exploitation for that planet. As soon as that's done, they'll keep working. They're going to be busy for a while. This ship I'm still manually controlling, because I want to see if it's connected this way. Ooh, orange. See how that's orange? That's an actual another player. We've just met somebody, finally. We've discovered the amoebas, which is a friendly, exploratory type race. That's a good first one to meet. We're not alone. Yes, that's right. Now we can go here and we can actually talk to them. We're in a state of Cold War. You share Cold War status with this empire. Your territories cannot be attacked directly, but skirmishes are possible in star systems not owned by either of you. This is what I have, that's what they have. I have an abundance of strategic resources. I have no dust. I have no deals with them. They don't have any strategic resources yet, so I can't really do anything with them. I could just give them... Oh, do I not have the technology to even do that yet? I might not have the ability to make agreements. Yeah, I can't do ceasefire, can't do that stuff. There's a technology somewhere over there, I think, that controls that stuff. 3 more turns, we're going to even further increase our movement speed. Now, because he hasn't... he's just recently colonized it. He's colonized the first planet. I can't actually see the population. But it's not a actual full-on colony. It's a... what's it called? An outpost. So I'm still able to travel around it. We can't seem to find a way to get from here up there, so let's just explore this way. It's probably his home planet, right there. Yep. Oh, and he's going to shoot me down. Bastard. Let's go with, how much time do I have? Is it ticking somewhere? I can't remember. Oh, that's right, we're not playing multiplayer, so I don't have to worry about it. Interesting, so this is a change since before. We can try to change the targeting system. Each one of your ships targets the first enemy ship of the list, which is not targeted. Nosebreaker is to focus on the opponent's first ship. Guillotine, 1/3 of your fleet's targets the first 3 enemy ships. That one's pretty good to eliminate people early on. So it depends on your ship's makeup. Like, do you have things that do a ton of damage and are going to like blow up all the little guys? And then you can change, these are cards that you can play. Formation, wow, cool. Default formation, ships with the most HP are at the top. Ships with the highest defense are at the top. Least military power at the top. Veteran formation. Protective formation, ships with the least invasion military protection are at the top. Cool, so that way you could kind of bury your invasion ships at the bottom of the list. Alright, we'll go default, and I'll just leave it that way for now. And then the way combat works is it's kind of like it's phase-based with cards. So you play a card, and certain cards counter other cards. Depending on technology, you might have extra cards that your enemy doesn't. So this is an Aedenon versus my scout. His Aedenon apparently has 216 kinetic attack, no beam attack, no missile attack, a very, very small of kinetic deflection. My scout ship has a very small bit of can I even show you, maybe? My scout ship has 2 units of this kinetic, they just shoot weapons, and 1 unit of deflection, so we're going to lose, of course. This bar here shows that this is about it's mostly in his favor. So, unfortunately we can't flee, because he's got this little things here represent that it's been blockaded. He's not letting me leave, so we have to fight him, which is unfortunate, because he's an amoeba. He should be nice to me, but he's not. So let's go ahead and we'll do the manual combat. We'll watch it, just for fun. It's pretty cool, I think. It's a beautiful game. Now I need to quickly choose my cards, because this ticker, there's 5 phases. The first is preparation, or arrival. So I need to at least pick this card first. Let's go with retreat. So he's going to it's going to end the battle. He wins automatically. He gets to do 2 unopposed damage rounds. So he's going to shoot at me with his kinetic weapons from a very long distance. Kinetics are very, very poor, though, at long range. So he might not even hit us. He might not do any damage to the ship at all, and if he does, it's not going to be very much. If I'm not mistaken, I believe there are 3 rounds per combat phase, and there's a long distance phase, a medium distance phase, and a short distance phase. Long distance phase favors missiles, medium favors lasers, and close favors kinetic. So by retreating on phase 1, we did take some damage. You can see that they've got 399 health out of 472, and he was able to break through the blockade and continue to retreat. And we are connected to them closer, right up there. Go around like that. So he kind of retreated in the right direction. That's good. We lost that battle. If he had a hero, then he would have gained some experience, but he doesn't. So we're gonna go ahead and end turn and continue onward. Now the amoebas are not normally going to attack you, but I flew right through his home system. In the great game of diplomacy, enemies can become friends, and vice versa. Amoeba is beginning to look at you in a different light. You notice that your relationship has improved. Amoeba is noting very carefully the current balance of power and the impact of your military strength. It is degraded. So let's go check that out. What's their actual opinion of us? -1 due to tense frontiers. We share a warp link. Huh. I guess this? Could be. There's another planet out there I'd like to explore. Let's go ahead and let him keep going that way. Oh, that's the warp link that we share. Interesting. So he's got 3 planets, I have 3 planets. Let's go ahead then and... I don't want to go through his capital, let's head there again. Okay. How are we doing on science? Do we not have that thing yet? 2 more turns. Colony ship here. I guess that makes sense. Out of curiosity, what if I did this and then push this here? That allows for population growth again. And I'm wondering if I could maybe push this out a little bit quicker. 50 per turn. 50 plus 70 is 120. So no, it's not going to happen. How about we focus on food for a little bit? Shoot, shoot, shoot. What'd I just do? I'm just thinking if I could potentially cap this system out on population first, it would make a lot more sense to then start making colony ships. Let's do that. We're getting 33 per turn. We still need... Huh. 33 per turn is 66. Yeah, that would be enough. Okay. Okay, I think that makes sense. I need to get out there and start colonizing some more planets quickly. But at the same time, I also need to cap out my population before I start building that stuff. This is the most logical thing to do. Okay. Alright, well I'm going to wrap this one up here, and in the next video I think we'll start continuing to expand, maybe even make an alliance with the Amoeba. I don't really want to fight them. It's just like the Cravers and the Horatio and all that I want to fight. So thanks for watching. See you again soon.